Jerry Butler Jr., December 8, 1939 to February 20, 2025, was a multifaceted American talent, celebrated as a soul singer-songwriter, producer, musician, and politician. He had $10 million at the time of his death on February 20, 2025. He first rose to prominence as the original lead singer of The Impressions, an R&B vocal group enshrined in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1991. Departing the group in 1960, Butler embarked on a solo career that yielded over 55 hits on the Billboard pop and R&B charts, with standout songs like He Will Break Your Heart, Let It Be Me, and the enduring Only the Strong Survive. His contributions to music earned him a place in the National Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame in 2015. Beyond the stage, Butler dedicated over 3 decades to public service as a Cook County, Illinois, commissioner from 1985 to 2018. On the 17-member county board, he took on significant roles, chairing the Health and Hospitals Committee and serving as vice chair of the Construction Committee, shaping local governance with the same commitment he brought to his artistry. Early life. Jerry Butler Jr. came into the world on December 8, 1939, in Sunflower, Mississippi. At the age of 3, his family relocated to Chicago, Illinois, where he spent his formative years in the Cabrini Green housing projects. The mid-1950s proved to be a turning point for Butler, igniting his passion for music. He joined forces with Curtis Mayfield in a church choir, and as a teenager, the two performed together in the Northern Jubilee Gospel Singers, a gospel quartet. Mayfield, wielding his guitar as the sole instrumentalist, later steered their 6-member group, the Roosters, into becoming the iconic Impressions. Influenced by the likes of Sam Cooke and the Soul Stirrers, the 5 Blind Boys of Mississippi, and the Pilgrim Travelers, Butler's path into the music industry felt almost predestined. His younger brother, Billy Butler, also carved out a place in music, notably playing guitar in Jerry's band until his passing in 2015, adding another layer to the family's musical legacy. Personal life and death. Jerry Butler Jr. was married to Annette Smith for 60 years, from 1959 until her passing in 2019. Their relationship was a cornerstone of his life, blending personal devotion with occasional professional collaboration. Annette, who grew up in Chicago, was a talented performer in her own right. She sang backup for Jerry during the later stages of his music career, bringing her own musical gifts to his performances. Before that, she had been part of a family group called the Bunny Smith Trio, where she played piano and bass guitar alongside her brother Earl Smith and sister Mabel. Earl, a bass singer, introduced Annette to Jerry, sparking a romance that would endure decades. The couple's wedding in 1959 at Mount Sinai Baptist Church in Chicago was a grand affair, attended by luminaries of the soul and R&B world, including groomsmen like Chuck Barksdale of the Moonglows and Harvey Fuqua, a key figure in Motown's history. Annette's warmth and strength complemented Jerry's journey from a Mississippi-born child of sharecroppers to a celebrated artist and public figure. Beyond music, she worked as a nurse's aide early in life and was known for her love of gardening, road trips, and keeping an impeccable home. She also contributed to charitable efforts, such as the Mahalia Jackson Foundation Fashion Show, raising funds for music and art scholarships. Jerry and Annette had 2 sons, Randall, often called Randy, and Anthony, sometimes referred to as Tony. The family remained rooted in Chicago, where Jerry balanced his music career with his political service. Randy has spoken fondly of his mother's vibrant spirit, recalling her skill as a driver. She owned several conversion vans for family trips, and her nurturing presence. Together, Jerry and Annette raised their sons amidst the challenges and triumphs of his multifaceted career, leaving a legacy of love and resilience. Annette's death in 2019 at age 81 marked the end of a remarkable partnership, but her influence lives on through their family, which now includes 4 grandchildren and 1 great-grandchild. Early recordings and rise to fame. Jerry Butler Jr. kicked off his recording career with a bang, co-writing For Your Precious Love, alongside Curtis Mayfield, a track that landed at number 327 on Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Songs of All Time. Hungry to cut a record, Butler and the original Impressions lineup, himself, Mayfield, Sam Gooden, Fred Cash, who briefly stepped away before returning, and brothers Arthur and Richard Brooks, shopped around for studios. They auditioned for Chess Records and VJ Records, ultimately signing with VJ. In 1958, they dropped For Your Precious Love, the Impressions' debut hit and a gold-certified single that put them on the map. While performing at a Philadelphia theater, Butler earned the nickname, the Iceman from WDS disc jockey Georgie Woods, a nod to his cool, smooth vocal style. In 1960 he launched his solo career with He Will Break Your Heart, which climbed to number 7 on the Billboard pop chart. That same decade, Butler teamed up with Otis Redding to co-write Redding's 1965 classic, I've Been Loving You Too Long. His solo run delivered a slew of hits, many penned by Mayfield, who also sang harmony, including top 10 smashes like He Will Break Your Heart, Find Another Girl, and I'm A-Telling You. Other chart toppers followed, the million-selling Only the Strong Survive, Moon River, Need to Belong, recorded post-impressions, Make It Easy on Yourself, Let It Be Me, a duet with Betty Everett, Brand New Me, Ain't Understanding Mellow, with Brenda Lee Eager, Hey Western Union Man, and Never Give You Up. His 1969 single Moody Woman became a Northern Soul staple, ranking number 369 on the Northern Soul Top 500. Butler's golden era included two standout albums, The Iceman Cometh, 1968, and Ice on Ice, 1969, both bolstered by his collaboration with Philadelphia's songwriting duo Gamble and Huff. In 1972, he dipped into acting with a small role as a prison guard in the cult classic The Thing with Two Heads. Later, at Motown in 1976 and 1977, he produced and co-produced with Paul David Wilson, Sweet for the Single Girl and It All Comes Out in My Song. His 1960 hit, He Will Break Your Heart, got a second life in 1975 when Tony Orlando and Dawn retooled it as He Don't Love You Like I Love You, hitting number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Outpacing Butler's original peak at number 7. Butler kept the momentum going, co-producing an album with D.D. Sharp Gamble for Philadelphia International Records. In 1981, their collaboration yielded the single Breaking and Entering Easy Money from Sharp Gamble's album D.D. Through it all, Butler's blend of soulful artistry and behind-the-scenes savvy cemented his legacy. Jerry Butler Jr. balanced his musical career with public service, performing steadily while serving as a Cook County Board Commissioner from 1985 until his retirement from office in 2018. During his tenure, he made headlines by voting to support a controversial 2008 Cook County sales tax hike, the highest in the U.S., a decision that drew criticism from the Chicago Tribune, which urged voters to oust him in the 2010 elections. Undeterred, Butler secured re-election in March 2014, winning over 80% of the vote and proving his enduring local support. Beyond politics, Butler took on a prominent role in music nostalgia, hosting PBS TV specials like Doo Wop 50, Doo Wop 51, Rock Rhythm and Doo Wop and Soul Spectacular, 40 Years of R&B. He also stepped up as chairman of the Rhythm and Blues Foundation, championing the genre's legacy. In 1991, he and the original Impressions members, Curtis Mayfield, Sam Gooden, Fred Cash and Arthur and Richard Brooks, were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a crowning achievement. The following year, 1992, saw the release of his album Time and Faith. Butler's influence echoed in later generations. The Hives put their spin on Find Another Girl for their 2000 album Veni Vidi Vicious, while the Black Keys reimagined Never Give You Up on their 2010 release Brothers, keeping his soulful sound alive for new audiences. Illness and cause of death. Jerry Butler Jr. passed away on February 20, 2025, at the age of 85. His death occurred at his home in Chicago, where he had lived for most of his life. According to his niece, Yolanda Goff, Butler succumbed to complications from Parkinson's disease, a progressive neurological disorder he had been battling in his later years. This condition, which affects movement and can lead to a range of debilitating symptoms, marked the final chapter of a life defined by resilience and creativity. Parkinson's disease gradually took its toll on Butler, though specific details about the progression of his illness remain private, reflecting the family's preference for discretion. The disease is characterized by tremors, stiffness and difficulty with balance and coordination, often worsening over time. For Butler, whose smooth baritone and cool demeanor earned him the nickname the Iceman, the physical limitations imposed by Parkinson stood in stark contrast to his vibrant career, which spanned music and politics. Reports indicate that he died of natural causes linked to this long-term struggle, with the Chicago Sun-Times and other sources confirming the role of Parkinson's complications in his passing. Butler's health challenges did not overshadow his legacy. Even as he faced this illness, he remained a figure of strength, a theme echoed in his iconic hit, Only the Strong Survive. His death closed a remarkable journey that began in Sunflower, Mississippi, and led him to become a foundational voice in soul music and a respected public servant in Chicago. He is survived by his two sons, Randall and Anthony, 4 grandchildren and 1 great-grandchild, all of whom carry forward the memory of a man who navigated life's trials with grace until the end. That's it about Jerry Butler Jr. Share your thoughts and comments on the comment section below. Share with your family and friends if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell notification for more content like this.